I'm Jan. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're doing main dishes and I'm trying to get in 6 today. This is number 3. We're going to see how we do. I'm getting some help from our friends. We have 9 people over today and they've moved from the patio area to the living room, so they're going to try to be nice and quiet. And the way they're helping me is they're eating the food as I make it because I don't have enough I don't have enough room in my refrigerator to store it all. So this dish is my sweet plantain casserole, and it was inspired by a dish that I had at a food and wine show, and that's held every year. Again, it was something that I didn't know what it was. I just paid my $3 for the taste and fell in love with it. And the dish consisted of beef, it was shredded beef, and a sweet plantain. So what I did is, for our Philadelphia cream cheese contest, I developed a layered casserole. And as the camera is looking at right now, what I did was I cooked up some jasmine rice with turmeric, and I added green onion, and then about 3 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. It's still nice and hot from the stove, and it is so nice and cheesy. And then for the top layer, I'm going to be adding my beef mixture. I used ground beef, actually ground sirloin, and then fried up some sweet plantains. And then to that, we also have some raisins and green pepper and cilantro, some really lovely flavors, green olives. Looks like some of my cilantro is sticking to the spoon here. So all we're going to do now is top our rice layer with the beef layer. And being it's still so nice and hot from the oven, there's really no cooking left to do, but I am going to be topping my beef layer. Oh, isn't that beautiful? The colors are just fantastic. But I'm going to be topping my beef layer with my Kraft Mexican 4 cheese mix, and love this stuff. So just a couple handfuls. It all depends on how much cheese you want, and just because I have such a lovely cheese layer with my rice. And again, I didn't add anything other than Kraft cheese to the rice. It was just tasty enough just the way it was. So you can add as much cheese as you would like to the top of your casserole. I think that's probably only about a half of a cup. And what I'm going to do is pop it in the oven just long enough to melt the cheese, and then we'll see you when it comes out. My layered sweet plantain casserole is nice and hot from the oven, and I've dished some up for you. It looks gorgeous, and it smells fantastic, and it tastes fantastic. I love the simplicity of the rice with the turmeric and the green onions and the Philadelphia cream cheese. It's a lovely pairing with the very interesting flavors that are going on in the meat portion of the casserole. I am going to take a little taste of myself. This is really good. Well, I have some really anxious guests in the other room, so I'm going to plate them up. But before I do, I want to show you how to peel a plantain. This is a plantain. This is a green plantain. The recipe calls for a yellow plantain. Now what you'll be looking for is going to look like an overripe banana, and that's actually when the plantains are at their sweetest. You don't want it too soft, but you do want it to look like it's an overripe banana. Unfortunately, I got the last overripe looking plantain for our dish. So, but what I do want to show you with a plantain is what you would do is you would cut off both ends of the plantain and then score down the ribs, being careful not to cut into the fruit as best you can. So would you go down all of the ribs, and once you're done going down the ribs, then what you would do is put your knife underneath the peel and pull it back and continue around. Now, you don't want to be tempted to use your fingernail to pull it down. I've never done that, but I do understand that the peel is pretty thick and that you possibly could poke the end of your fingernail with it if you do so. So, I really hope you'll try this dish. It is so good. And thank you again, Paula Dean, and the wonderful people at Kraft, and of course my wonderful friends, the Real Women of Philadelphia. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, and we'll see you for my next dish.